What's good, everybody? Do you see where I'm at? It's your neighborhood angler, MoneyBass, out here about to do this thing we call Bass for Cash. And for anybody that is used to the show, I know you are wondering right now, like, what are you doing? How are you gonna do Bass for Cash? I'm at a deer hunting or something like that? No, guys, I'm about to show you what happened. So I noticed that you see that I'm a little late. Shout out to the burning season, talking about clickbait. Let's see, let me just hop into the chat because your partner is a little late today, guys. All right, let's see. Outdoor with Preston says, what's up, chat? We have Chef Boy says, about to get that money today. The burning season says, what's the holdup? I'll show you what the holdup is in just a minute. Shout out to Steve Wimpy. He knows the deal. He says the ramp must be frozen. Oh, yeah, Steve Wimpy knows the deal. I see you, Matico. All right, so we're going to take a little, had to have a little change in plans, but you know, I come prepared. I have one rod, one reel, and you know what that's gonna be. It's gonna be the shaky head. But we do have the scale, so we're ready to roll. Alexandra says, be careful. Now I'm gonna show you guys the deal, what was going on. So yeah, so look at these steps, guys. There's ice out here, and I'm about to show you a little something. But we're gonna get down here to the water, do a little quick journey. You guys know I'm not new to this bank fishing thing. We still made it happen last time. And did somebody win? Does anybody remember the last time that we did the Bass for Cash and did it from the bank? Did somebody win that time? As it says, hold on to that rail. Hippie Dave says, my dad used to set the ramp on fire with gas since it's only concrete. Oh, yeah, she did. She remembered. She said, I won that bet from Chicken Heart. What's going on, DL Peck? Now, look, guys, all this stuff right here is frozen. This is ice. So I'm going to show you guys why the boat is at home and not on the water. So I came out here. Now, let me just show you guys a little something real quick. So we're going to get to the fishing in just a second. So this will give you guys some time, you know, give some people some time to come into the chat. So this is what happened. I'll show you guys. I'll walk you guys through what happened to me and why I'm not actually out on the lake right now. All right, so if you take a look, the road is clear right here. Road looks good. But what I'm gonna do is walk you through what I saw. Chef Boy says, you walking on the water today? Oh, no, sir. I was almost swimming in that water. All right, so here we go, guys. So as I'm driving, I'm coming down through here, right? You see a little patch of ice right here, just a little patch. So your partner MoneyBass comes on through here. And as soon as I hit this curve, right here, guys, look at this. All of this is ice. Now you see somebody over there on the ramp. They're still gonna go out there. But I'm like, nah. After I hit this ice, I slid. I started sliding all down through here. But I was able to stop in time before I slid on off and went off the edge down here. So all of this ice right here, I had to, you know, I was able to stop and then back my way back out. Luckily, it took me a little while, as you guys can see. No, that is not my truck. That's somebody else's down there. They went ahead and went in. I guess I could have, you know, slid in over here and went in that ramp over there. But I was like, nah, I am not going to do that. I will wait and come back out to fish another day. So we're going to do this old school. Alexandra says, don't slide in. Oh, yeah, I thought it was over for your partner. I just picture myself just sliding on off into that water. Truck, boat, and everything. Because look at all of this ice, guys. So, yeah, so there's one ramp that you can kind of slide into on the edge. But I'm like, nah, it ain't worth it. So we're still going to get it done. We're going to get out here. As you guys come into the chat, just go ahead and drop a like in the comments for me. You see, I'm out here still working on making it happen for you guys. So we're going to walk through these woods a little bit. Let's see. Get everything set up. Look at that. There's a nice little birdhouse right there. All right, so we're gonna see if we can get a fish or two to the boat. So do we have any new viewers to the channel right now? If you're new to the channel, type the word new in the chat. Oh my goodness. Now look at this right here. Now this is a hill with ice on it. And if you slip and fall, that's a steep drop right there. So I do not want a chance going up that way and sliding on this ice. See, look at that, guys. There's ice on top of the leaves and everything. But I'm a trooper. We'll make it. We still gonna make it, guys. DL Pick says definitely the right move to take the boat back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we took that boat back, guys. Uh-oh. Now that doesn't look good. Look at this right here, guys. It looks like somebody fell off of the side right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at that dirt. That's not a good sign. Looks like, because I can see their tracks right here. All right, let's keep on rolling. All right, so we're out into a clearing. We can come down here and make a few casts and go ahead and get this thing rolling. I see the lights are moving just a little bit. They're moving a little bit. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see if I can make it down these rocks without falling, sliding into the lake. All right, and we're here. We made it. We made it. So we're just gonna fish here for a little bit. So you see, I had to bring the scale. You can't do bass for cash without the scale, right? All right, guys. Anybody that is just joining the chat, do we have any new people, any new viewers that are tuning in for the first time, checking out the channel? Just want to see if we need to go ahead and give the rundown for what Bass for Cash is all about for any of the new people that are just tuning in. But everybody here already knows that I get out here and do this thing called Bass for Cash. I catch the bass. All you have to do is guess the exact weight of the fish, and you can walk away with a nice cash prize. Now, the full pot right now is sitting at a $100 bill. Now, that is paid out in increments. So all you have to do is guess the exact weight of that fish, and you will walk away with a nice payout. Now, the rules of engagement are in the description. You always want to check the description for everything, guys. I try to put all of the important information in there for you to help you out, help you earn a little dollar or two. All right, guys. So yeah, do we have any new people in the chat? Do we have any new people in the chat? So we're out here fishing, snow on the ground. Last time I was out here, the water temps were, I don't know, what were they? Probably around the high 40s, like 48, 49 degrees. But yeah, it ended up being a beautiful day out here, guys. If you take a look around, look at that. Nice blue skies. There's some clouds off in the distance back there. Shout out to Cal. He says, hey, this is my first time here. What is this thing called Bass for Cash? And how can I get some of those dollars? Well, Cal, all you have to do is be a subscriber. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. It does not cost a thing to participate in Bass for Cash. Now, once you hit that subscribe button, you want to make sure you hit that like button also, all right? All you have to do is be a subscriber. What does Tyler say? Hey, only 8 more days. 8 more days? 8 more days until what? You guys know I'm not good with dates and all that stuff. What's going on in 8 days? Shout out to the Burning Season. He said the economy is so bad, he had to sell the boat. No, the boat rent was so bad that I might have had to sell the boat to the insurance company if I had tried to come out here to the lake. So there's been a few people that I saw when they still were able to kind of squeeze in and ease around the corner and get out into the lake. All right, guys, we're coming across a few rocks. No tappy tap yet, but we're gonna see if we can get the bendation rolling. Oh yeah, the burning season says that water is clear. So yeah, if you guys take a look, let me just show you. That right there is out of the water, but this right here is underwater. So for people that ask about the water clarity and stuff like that, take a look. You can definitely see it. We have Nasmi checking in, says, you catch some today? Oh, we just got started. I think we've only made one cast so far. So we're just getting started. As you come into the chat, make sure you guys hit that like button, all right? So we're doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. So maybe we're going to have some new people tuning in today. But we shall see in just a minute or two. Let's move a little bit closer over here. Now, these rocks are kind of wet, slippery. There's ice on them. So let's see, guys. Let's move around a little bit. The burning season says it looks like the St. Lawrence River water. Get a nice long cast out there. So all we're gonna do is kind of, after we fish here for a minute, then we're gonna work our way around this cove, go and fish over by this boat ramp, maybe go back into the back of that cove back there. So we're gonna move around a little bit, see if we can get out here and catch one or two fish, see how long that'll take. But like I said, make sure you guys hit that like button as you come into the chat. We are sitting at 16 likes and a little over 44 people in the chat. So I don't know if we're gonna get as many people in the chat as we normally do, because they see you potting fishing from the bank. They're gonna be like, man, what is this, a nature channel? We out here doing walking trails and stuff today. Burning season says, seeing time our water is so clear you can see down 40. Okay, 40 feet. Yeah, I don't even know what the distance is on this lake, but I can tell you it's definitely a a good distance that you'll be able to see. All right, so again, do we have any more new people that are new to the channel, that this is your first time checking it out, and you may want to know what is this thing we call Bass for Cash? Shout out to Steve Wimp. He says, money, bro, when are we gonna battle from the bank? Oh my goodness. When are we gonna battle from the bank? Well, let me know when you're ready to come up here. We can, there's actually a park not too far from here. So we can actually meet at that park. And we can take care of handle that business from there. How about that? Celtics says me. Celtics is new. Do we have anybody else new just visiting the channel for the first time? Let me see. Kishan says, what's up, bro? Love from South Africa. Nice clear water. Something nice there, and I'm new. All right, so we have some more new people tuning in. So Bass for Cash is something we do on a weekly basis, guys. I haven't been out here for a few days because, as some of you are aware of, there's been some bad weather, some rainstorms. Well, rain and snow, sleet, all of that good stuff. Out here making snowmen and all that kind of weather going on. So I haven't been out here for a few days. But today, I looked outside and I was like, oh, it's kind of nice and lovely out here. So we'll head out to the lake and see what we can get done. Let's see, I'm still trying to keep up in the chat. So we have Fishing with Timmy tuning in, really appreciate it. The burning season says, is the water usually that clear, or is it because the winter and there isn't pollen? So yeah, the water is generally this clear all year round. So sometimes there's pollen in it, but even with the pollen, this lake is clear like this. But it has areas like if you go on the north end of the lake, you can start getting into some water that may be a little, a little dirtier water. But for the most part, you're going to run into clear water on this lake. Andrew says, what state are you in? I am out here in Georgia, Lake Lanier, Georgia, out here doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. Like I was saying, we do this on a weekly basis, guys. Generally, I will be fishing from my boat. But if you saw the beginning of the live stream, I showed you the boat ramp is now covered with ice. There are a few people that still decided to go out on the lake, still, you know, back their boats in and everything like that. But I was like, nah, I'll save that for another day. Hopefully it'll, you know, the ice and stuff will be off of the ramp and we can ease out here maybe tomorrow if it isn't raining. But, you know, I have to check the weather report. But Bass for Cash, I keep thinking about some other stuff. Bass for Cash, I come out here, guys. I catch the fish. I have a scale. See my scale sitting right over there on the ground. So I brought that with me. And actually, this is going to be a little different today, guys. I do not have the measuring board. Generally, I will hold the fish and put it on the measuring board so you guys can get a good idea of the length of the fish, the girth, all of that good stuff. And then we will open the scales for 2 minutes. You get one guess within those 2 minutes. If you guess the exact weight of the fish, then you will walk away with a nice cash prize, guys. Just that quick and simple. It does not cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash. Now, want to give a big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. They are one of the, you know, one of the original sponsors for Bass for Cash, guys. So I want to give a big shout out to SWAT. So if everybody could put SWAT in the chat. If you've been here before, you know the routine. SWAT. Service with all the trimmings. So just remember that name, SWAT Lawn Operations. So they handle all your residential and commercial landscaping and outdoor needs, guys. So once that weather gets up and it is, you know, that time of the year, make sure you reach out to SWAT Lawn Operations. We have Lauren checking in. Good to see you in the chat. The burning season says, just put her in reverse, get her going about 30 and slam the brakes. The boat will slide right down the ramp into the water. That was the issue, the burning season. That's what I was scared of happening because you are right. That is, there was a good chance that that is exactly what would have happened. But the problem would have been that the truck, trailer, and boat would have all went into the water. What's going on, Jeffrey? Good to see you back in the chat. I see Ellis tuning back in. So I know as people coming to the chat, especially if you are used to coming to the channel, they're going to be looking and like, what is going on? That doesn't look like he is on his boat. So no, I am not fishing from the boat today. We're going to be doing some bank fishing because the ramp was still frozen up. And there's actually a boat ramp over there. Now, that boat ramp was closed off, so you couldn't get in here. But look at it. It's nice and clean over there. This other boat ramp is in the shade, so you're not actually able to get over to it. Man, you know what? That water level is up higher. Last time we came out here and fished from the bank, guys, this is where I walked at. I walked around here to get around there, but now this water is all the way up. So I can't walk. I'm going to have to go back up this hill and walk all the way around. Ellis says, you need a Ford. Yeah, I needed something, but I didn't need to be in the water trying to get out of a sinking truck, boat, and trailer. What's going on, Jay-Z? Vlog says, what state you fishing? I'm in Georgia. Fishing this lake called Lake Lanier for some spotted bass. Broadway says, how many did you catch so far? We are just getting started, Broadway. So as you guys saw, we took a little trip through the woods just to make it to the lake. We just got here. So we've been fishing for, I don't know, what do you guys think? Maybe about 10 minutes or so. Garrett says, GK Johnson is back. What's going on, Garrett? Good to see you in the chat. Celtics says, I'm in Georgia too. All right, so what lakes do you fish, Celtics? And again, make sure you guys are hitting that like button as you come into the chat. Now, for you guys that do not know and you're new to the channel, it does not cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. Once I get a fish to, well, listen, guys, I'm so used to fishing from the boat. Once I catch a fish and get a fish to the bank, everybody, you will get one guess per fish, all right? And remember, it does not cost anything. We're going to go ahead and start moving around. Gonna walk around to another area. But it does not cost a thing to participate. Just make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe. What we do is go into subscriber only mode once we are about to weigh the fish. Once we go into subscriber only mode and we open those scales, you only have 2 minutes to put your guesses in the chat. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe now. There is a 2-minute delay. All right, let's see, guys. I have to pay attention. You remember last time I failed, guys, walking through here sliding on these leaves. But there is a 2-minute delay once you subscribe. So do not wait until it is time to weigh the fish to subscribe to the channel. And some people come to the channel for the first time and they're like, is this real? Is Bass for Cash real? Oh yeah, Bass for Cash is real. Just like that thing we call bendation. All right, guys, let's see. Over here jumping logs, sliding on leaves. Just so we can get out here and catch a fish and do this thing we call Bass for Cash. All right, so yeah, if you take a look down there, last time I was able to walk down there. So the water has definitely come up some. Let's see. Can I make it down here without falling this time? Can I make it without falling? Now it's wet. There's ice. So I'm definitely gonna slide. Yeah, we're definitely sliding, guys. All right. We almost made it. Garrett says, it's real. Bass for Cash is real. That is right. So do we have anyone in the chat that has won any of the payouts so far for Bass for Cash? If you have won any of the payouts, put I won and put the dollar amount that you won. All right, man, look where we're at now. A nice open area. It looks good over here. Ella says it is the last day of gun season. All right, guys. Let's get out here and see if we can make it happen. Jeffrey says, gonna have to put some snow chains on those boots. All right, let's head over here. Get set up. Stay here for about 5 to 10 minutes. Make a few casts. See if we can figure something out. The burner season says, why does Chicken Hawk bring a net in the boat? Isn't a net for netting fish? Oh, man. Make sure you guys go over and support Chicken Hawk's channel. It is Cajun the Hawk Sam on YouTube. And subscribe to his channel, guys. He has 16 subscribers. He's getting started a little late in the game. But if you go over there and and watch one of his little short form videos, leave a comment and just put in there that MoneyBass sent you. Michael says, been ice fishing in Iowa. Bite was good yesterday. Okay, good deal. Cade says, I'm surprised he's not in the chat talking smack right now. He probably doesn't even know I'm out here. Kevin Two Fishes says, same. I only have 5 subscribers currently. Okay, but you're working on it. You're working on it. Drew says, Chicken Hawk took gas money, so he had to walk away. Oh, so I had to walk today. Oh, yeah, he finally beat me, guys. Anybody that watched that last episode, Chicken Hawk did finally get me. He finally was able to pick up a win from your partner MoneyBass. All right, so the only thing, one of the main things I don't like about fishing from the bank is it is easy to get hung up and then not be able to get your bait back. So if you guys take a look, you see all of this chunk rock, all these rocks and everything. So it goes goes out there farther. Let's make a good cast out there. Bam, did you guys see that cast? It landed right there. Michael says, did my Army training 30 years ago at Fort Benning. Shout out to Fort Benning. Yes, sir. I used to live in Fort Benning. My dad was stationed there. retired lieutenant colonel from the Army. All right, let's see. Will Shield says, let's go fishing. Uh-oh, we have Pure Alaska back in the chat. Pure Alaska, do you see what has happened to me? I had to walk through the woods. I felt like I was walking in Pure Alaska territory for a quick minute. There's snow on the ground and everything. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Can you see that right there? We have a little bit of snow. We have a little snow right there. So yeah, what happened is that I came out here and all right, I'm about to get hung up in these rocks. When I came out here, the boat ramp was frozen over today, guys. So I thought I was gonna come right out here, head straight out to the lake. My boat started sliding down the ramp, and I was looking as though I was gonna be sliding into the water. Boat, trailer, and truck sliding back. But luckily, I hit a dry area, and I was kind of able to back out far enough to where I could do a U-turn and get back out of there. Pure Alaska says, I put another catch on FishX Live. All right, we're gonna have to take a look and see what Pure Alaska has. Shout out to FishX Live. Who actually has an account on FishX Live, guys? FishXLive.com is what he's referring to. Who set up one of those free accounts on FishXLive.com? All right, guys, that's what I'm talking about. So now I'm hung up. So we're gonna see if this is a goner or if I can get this loose. A 52-pound halibut. When did you catch that? Bernstein said, next time bring sandbags of salt to the ramp. I would not be coming out if I have to do all of that. All right, we're just gonna open this bail up and just kind of move and try to pop this loose from a different angle and see if that works. Hopefully it does, so we won't have to retie. So let's pop it loose a few times. Let's pop it. See if we can get it loose. Two days ago, man, how often do you go out on the water? Joe Winkler, shout out to Joe Winkler. He says you need to get a 5-gallon bucket and fill with sand for ice on the ramps. It don't take much. That is true. So yeah, I guess, and actually whenever I was stuck and I was sliding and thought that I wasn't gonna be able to get out, that's what I was doing. I looked on my truck, but I did not have a shovel or anything back there because I was definitely gonna go and get some dirt and stuff like that and put it under there. Joe Winkler says, we do it all the time here in Iowa when we duck hunt. Pure Alaska says he gets out on the lake as much as he can. All right, so yeah, I am stuck right now. Jody says, you didn't have any gas money for the boat? I didn't have any tires with some 4-wheel traction to be able to get through that icy boat ramp. I did not want to go for a swim the hard way. All right, guys, looks like I'm not going to get this loose. Let's go back over here and grab the scale. I'm going to try to walk over a little bit farther and see if I can get this loose because we did get hung up. Yeah, I don't think this one's coming up. I think the lake is like, nah, we're keeping this one. We're going to keep this bait. Nobody really says, are we looking for rocks? I see you, burning season. Yeah, we'll stay home whenever it gets like that. We'll just wait 2 or 3 days and things will be all better. So all I'm doing, I just have this bail open now. I'm gonna walk all the way around here to this ramp. To this dock, and then see if I can pop this thing loose without breaking it off. But we are gonna find out in just a second. Let's see. What's going on, Voodoo? Says us Southern boys don't have to worry about ice. Well, I was worried about it today. That's why I'm out here walking instead of out on the lake. Some of the other guys still came out and were, they went ahead and kind of squeezed into the one boat ramp that was open. But I was like, nah, I think I'll skip that. All right, so we have a little over 100 people in the chat. They're in here checking out to see if we're gonna do this thing called Bass for Cash. Oh my goodness, guys, I got it loose. I got it loose. Look at that. That's one of my old school tactics that I learned back from my bank fishing days. Whenever you get hung up, you just have to change the angle. All right, good deal. Got it back. So I could have, if this ramp right here where I'm at was open, I could have came over here and put in, because I had some things that I had planned to do today, guys. I know those bait fish are schooled up somewhere out there, and that is what I wanted to go and do a search for today, to see if I can find those bait fish and start catching, find those where those schools are hiding out at, schools of spotted bass are hanging out at. Baby boy says, retie. We saw you, Money Bass. You cast it back out there without retying. Appreciate that. Let's see. Look, watch this be the bite where I get a nice one on there and end up breaking off. Hopefully not, though. I'll go ahead and fish it back to the boat. Then we'll retie. Make sure we don't have any knots or anything in there. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Want to give a big shout out to, you guys see that right there, FishXLive.com. FishXLive.com. Make sure if you have not gone and set up your free trial membership that you go and check that out. And Joe, I forgot that I needed to send you some information about that, because I think it would be very beneficial for anybody who is running a tournament trail to utilize that for live weigh-ins. So you can have live traditional weigh-ins like the Bassmasters, or you can do tournaments MLF style, where you're out there catching fish, weighing those fish, and they show up on the leaderboard as people are catching it. So it just adds a little more excitement to the format, similar to what you guys have seen us doing on Battle of the Anglers, where everybody can have their own live camera and all of that good stuff. Uh-oh, I forgot to retie again. I forgot to retie. Joe Winker says, I've been waiting on you. All right, so yeah, I'll try to make sure I remember that. Actually, where did I put my phone at? I need to go ahead and make myself a quick note. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. I see Alexandra putting the rules of engagement in there for you guys. All right, let me step away from the water a little bit. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Haven't seen you in a minute. Big shout out to the Condemned Man. Hit me with the $20 on the super chat. He says, oh, we on the water today, sir. You mind sharing what fishing spot? Or is that one of those secret fishing spots? Well, I mean, it's no secret. I'm just out here fishing from the bank today. So what happened is, if you scroll back to the very beginning of this live stream, you will see that the boat ramp was frozen over. So I tried to come out here in my boat right before I went live, and as I came around the corner, there was nothing but ice on the right there at the ramp. So as I came around the corner, I hit that ice, and the boat just started sliding right towards the water. The boat, the truck with me in it, everything was sliding towards the water. I was just looking at that water like, oh, I'm about to go for a cold swim inside of this truck. But I was able to kind of maneuver it a little bit and get on a dry patch to where I stopped, and I had to keep putting in reverse, kind of sliding back and forth. I eventually got it to where I can make a U-turn, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with trying to do that. So I took the boat back home and came back out to the lake so that we could still get out here and do this thing called Bass for Cash. All right, so let's do this real quick. So I've been telling you guys about FishXLive.com. So what we want to do, Pure Alaska, said that he entered another fish catch in here. So let's go to Pure Alaska. So I'm just going to fishxlive.com, guys. All of you right now can go to fishxlive.com and set up your free trial subscription. You get a 7-day trial. But the other thing that I mentioned to you guys is right now is the off season for fishing. So we will be able to reset that and extend that trial offer so that you guys can actually start using it once everything starts warming up and you're actually out there fishing. All right. All right, so let's see. Shout out to Jeff Newell. What's going on? Good to see you in the chat. All right, so there we go, guys. We went to fishxlive.com. Check out Pure Alaska. Has ice on his, is that ice on his eyelashes? And oh my goodness, and eyebrows. Goodness gracious. All right, let's go into the Journal of Catches. So he has a 72-pound halibut, and here's a new one right here. Look at that. That one looks bigger than the other one. Man, are those things hard to catch? It seems like you do a good job of catching those things. Look at that, guys. That's a 72-pounder right there. All right, but yeah, so Joe Winkler, what I was telling you is once you go in there, you can just go in here and set up your tournaments. And all you would do is go to this tournaments tab and just click start a tournament. But I'll send you some detailed information to let you know how to get that up and running. All right, let's see. The Condemned Man, he says, loving the live on the water setup, sir. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so generally, I mean, you've seen, generally I'm out here on the boat. But today I had to change it up a little bit because the ramp was frozen over. But big shout out to the Condemned Man. He is the current sponsor of the live stream, guys, with that $20 super chat. Everybody put the Condemned in the chat. Put TCM, the Condemned Man. Put TCM in the chat. I always have to give credit where credit is due, guys. Really, really appreciate you taking the time to show that love and support for the channel. All right, let's see. The burning season says, is FishX Live for just posting catches also, just not for tourneys? So that is correct. So it has features on there for the individual fishermen too, like the Journal of Catches. And so that journal is what you guys see me using a lot whenever I come out here, because once you have gone to so many different locations, of course, you can use your waypoints and things like that, but you're able to put detailed notes about your catches. So what I could have done today was pulled up the some of the catches on FishX Live and showed them to you guys and say, hey, which location do you want to go to? And just show you the fish that I've caught at that location and just go straight over there using FishX Live. But FishX Live is a tournament app. It allows people to host live tournaments. You can host your live weigh-ins. It gives you a full leaderboard, the same way that you see them doing the pro tournaments on TV. So now that is available for bass clubs, for even if it's just one or two of your, well, not one or two of your friends, but I mean, yeah, 2 or more, 2 people, 10 people, 50 people. You guys can get together and have your own tournament. John Joe says, where's the snow? There it is. Do you see it? Do you see the snow right over there? The burning season says, don't make me start a journal. You'll be in New York tomorrow. So the burning season, have you set up your free account? So you get a free 7-day subscription, guys. When I get these things set up for you guys, as far as discounts on products, any of these, these different products and everything, make sure you guys take advantage of it. At least test it out and see if you like it. All right, let's see. The burning season says, anyone who posts waypoints is a goof. No, so you mean like people that are posting waypoints out for the public? But no, for FishX Live, these are your own waypoints so that you can go back to them later. Like whenever you catch a fish, like even when you're fishing from the bank. So it can be used for bank fishermen. It can be used for tournament fishermen. But it's just a tool to help people and to just get more out of fishing. Kevin Two Fisher says, how do you get to put your thumbnail Bass Club info in? So whenever you go to the clubs tab, so you should see a clubs tab on there. And what I would say is, Kevin, just send me my contact information. Just send me an email at MoneyBass404. And then I can reply back and, give you some details on how I was able to set that up for myself. But yeah, that's it. You just go to the clubs tab, and then you can put add your club on there. And then they just review it. Once it's reviewed and approved, then it'll show up so everybody can take a look at it. The burning season says, think I'll give it a crack here in the near future. Good deal, good deal. John Joe says, no boat. Did they close the dock? They did not close it, but I almost. So what I was saying, John Joe, if you scroll back to the beginning of this live stream, whenever I made the turn, I came around the corner. The road looked fine. When I came around the corner right at the boat ramp, blam, right there was just ice. Ice and snow that was covered up by the shade, so the sun had not been able to get to it. And I started sliding right towards the water. So I almost slid into the lake, guys. So I immediately changed my mind, decided to go and take the boat back home and come out and do a little bank fishing today. So we, I mean, I've been gone for a few days, so I still wanted to come back, see how everybody was doing, touch bases with you guys, and see if we can get a fish to the boat so we can still do this thing we call Bass for Cash. We can still get out here and have some fun with it. John Joe says, if I send you an email, do I get $20 since we are talking on email and not chat in person? I don't know about that one. I don't know how that works. All right, we have Aura tuning in. Good to see you, Aura Joe 406. Who else do we have in here? From Brazil. All right, good deal. Glad to have you tuning in. What kind of fish are you catching out there in Brazil? Are you catching mahi-mahi? What kind of fish do you catch out there? The burning season says, if I get FishX Live, I won't be able to use it till April. All right, so all you would do is just let me know, and then I could put in and have it to where they can reset it for you. Because like I said, I know that it is not fishing season right now. So everybody that goes in and is setting up their accounts now, we can have that reset so that people can start using it once fishing season really gets here, which will be around that March, April timeframe. Ara Joe says, tank. Outdoor with Preston says, just joined in. All right, good deal. No luck yet. So today we are actually fishing from the bank, guys, because the boat ramp was frozen over. But there was still an area where you could kind of slide in just a little bit, but I did not want to chance it. All right, Joe Winkler said he is the same. It will be April. All right, good deal. So I think some of these fish are still out in these ditches. So I'm just going to I'm off in this cove, guys. I'm just going to cast way out there into the middle of that ditch and just let this fall all the way down. And the reason I use this high-vis yellow line, so if you take a look, you see how you can see that line moving? That is how I can tell whenever it's finally on the bottom. So look at all that line moving on its own. It's still moving, still moving, still moving. And when that line stops, I just put some loops in there. And you see the line is still moving, and there it goes. It stopped. So now I know that bait is on the bottom. That's why I like using the high-vis yellow line. But I put a leader on there that is about 20 feet long. So you can see how clear this water is. Can you guys see the bottom of the lake right there? Look at that. Can you see that? That's without any type of shades or anything. That's how clear this water is here. So I put about a 20-foot leader on there so the fish do not see that high-vis yellow line. Joe Winkler says, MoneyBass, I thought you had a fishing show this weekend. I did, but that is when those storms hit. So they closed down the whole building and everything. So they postponed that event. It is actually coming up this coming weekend. But the problem with that is that I actually have my first tournament of the season this coming weekend. So I will not be able to attend the expo. But who knows? I may not attend the tournament either because I saw that it was 80% chance of rain. And I don't really think it'll be fun fishing in the rain in a week from now. Scott says, all those fish are hanging out under your feet. Let me see. Let's look down there. Can you guys see in that water? Okay, there's a log down there. I'm not seeing any fish, though. Does anybody see any fish down there? Let's see. I am not seeing any fish down there. Jeff Newell says, got to go on a Zoom. I'll be back. Shout out to Jeff. Really appreciate you for tuning in. The Burning Season says, you broadcast live on the turn. I'm not sure if I'll be broadcasting live on this tournament coming up because I actually have a co-angler on the boat with me. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. We'll see how I might have to work something out for you guys. And I see Burning Season, you are now a member of the Money Team. It took you a while, but you finally made it. So I may do something for the members of the channel. We'll see. What's going on? We have the Outdoor King tuning in. We're out here having a little fun, doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. But of course, you know I need to get a bass to the boat first before we do the cash part. So we need a bass first. So yeah, Outdoor King, what I was telling everybody is that the boat ramp was iced up. So there was one boat ramp where you could kind of squeeze through and still get in there. But I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I'll save it for another day. Joe Winkler says, that's too bad. The Fishing Expo is a must-see. I spent $150 last year as MoneyBass was showing all the cool, never-seen baits. That is true. That was one of the highlights of being there. So we may have to figure out something to do. But if anybody wants to know what he's talking about, let me just show you real quick. So it is, was that a tappy tap? No, I don't think that was a tappy tap, guys. Outdoor King says, I'm outside on the snow, on the grill. Scott G says, I've caught some of my biggest fish in heavy rain. Yeah, I've caught some good fish in rain too, but that was some years ago. It's not quite as much fun. I don't have the same motivation now that I did before as far as fishing in the rain and all that. All right, so let's see, guys. So what I was talking about was it's called JimboOnLanier.com. So if you guys go to JimboOnLanier.com, so there we go. So that's what the site looks like. And then let's see if we go down. Where's the expo at? Where's the expo? But this is what Joe Winkler is talking about. There we go. Fishing Expo. So they're going to have some guests that are coming. So it's going to be in 5 days. Jimbo's Expo is on January 18th, guys, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so they're going to have Trent Palmer from Sonar Pros. That's Emil Wagner and Brooks Anderson. These guys are going to be talking about using sonars and your electronics and all that good stuff. There's going to be a lot of giveaways, so it's a real good time, and there are a lot of good vendors that are going to be there. So if you are in that area, in the Cummings area, let's see where that location is at. So there it goes. It is in the Lanier Conference Center. What is that? 3410 Ronald Reagan Boulevard in Cumming, Georgia, January 18th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that is the expo that he was talking about, and there will definitely be a lot of products and things there. So I remember I bought me some nice glide baits and stuff like that, and I bought them, but I think I threw those things just a few times. I never ended up going to a lake where I could really get that bite going on. What's going on, Donald Brown? What's going on, Donald Brown? What are you talking about, me? He said, me. What's going on, Donald? Political Fisherman says, what's the hands down best drop shot bait? I can't say one specific one, because whenever I'm fishing drop shot, I may have like 5, 6, or 7 of them just laying right there on the deck and just rotate through them, whether it's a minnow type bait, finesse worm, robo worm, something from Lanier Baits. So I just kind of cycle through a lot of different things. Joe Winkler says the vendors are excellent. Oh yeah. So it'll be good if there is a way to showcase it like I was doing before. But who knows? Who knows if our tournament gets canceled because of the weather that's coming, because it looked like it was going to be kind of bad. Maybe we'll be there. Kevin Smith says moneybass404@gmail.com. So that type of information is located in the description. So if you go in the description on any of my videos, anytime I have discount products, there's sales going on things that I find for you guys, Make sure you always look in the description of the videos, because there's always valuable information in there that I put in there specifically for everybody to be able to take advantage of some of those deals. All right, the burning season says robo worm for largies, flatworm for smallies. Yeah, I switch it up. I do a little bit of everything. I can see one fish that I'm trying to catch and change up to 3 or 4 different baits on a drop shot. Sometimes I've even fished a wacky shot in 30, 40 feet of water when the fish are acting finicky. Donald Brown says, we'll be on the boat with you on Saturday. That is right. So Donald Brown is my co-angler. Donald Brown says, I hate fishing in the rain too. So Donald Brown, if it says 80% chance of rain, if it is raining, are you going to be fishing? Are you going to still fish if it's raining? Alexander says moneybass404@gmail.com or at official MoneyBass on Instagram. Right. That is how you guys can reach me on Instagram also. So yeah, so any questions or anything that you have, just put those in there. Uh-oh, it looks like we're hung up again, guys. I don't know if I'm going to get this one back this time, because that does not feel good. Junior says, do you have your stank with you? We got to see the bendation. So, yep, I brought a little bit of stank with me. I put some stank on it. But, yeah, it looks like I'm going to have a break on it right now. Let's go ahead and break this off and get it over with. Oh, my goodness, we got it back. We got it back. And you know what? I still never retied. Let's just check it. Let's check it and see. So I always take my line. Oh, my goodness, that line is beat up. Let's see. Where is the camera at? Let's see if you guys can see the frays that are in this line. Let's see if you can see it. If you can see the way that this line is frayed up right here. Can you guys see those little frays in the line right there? Look at that. Looks like little strands of hair. The problem is I did not bring, oh my goodness. I did not bring my scissors with me. So I'm gonna have to do some teeth retying. Oh my goodness, I don't like doing that. Yep, I'm checking my pockets. Don't have anything in there. Uh-oh, that is, oh my goodness, guys, look at what I have. I forgot I keep this attached to my life jacket. That came in handy, look at that. All right, so we can retie. Shout out to Jeffrey, said that's not good. Donald Brand says, probably not, Money. It was a nice summer. It would be different. Joe Wink said, that was a break off guaranteed. Yeah, so let's go ahead and change this up. Let's go ahead and do a quick retie, guys. All right, so now you guys know I always find all this line and stuff in the lake, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut right above where it's frayed at. Hold on to this line. I guess I'll stick it in my pocket and then throw it in the trash can. There's a trash can right by me. But when I was over here before, there was a lot of fishing line. When I came over here last time, you guys may have saw it. I pulled a lot of line out of the water. Kevin says, for sure break off while setting the hook. So yeah, I would have broke off on that and be like, oh man, it was a big one. It was a big one. It could have been a brim, but my line was just, my line was just so frayed that it didn't matter how big the fish was, it would have broke anyway. All right, but this is 12-pound fluorocarbon that I'm using, so I'm just retying and putting a polymer knot on here. I tie a polymer knot on just about everything. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in, but you know what I've noticed? Does anybody see what I see that is a little off? Besides me not getting a fish yet, there's something else that is a little off. Do you guys see what that is? Does anybody see what we might need to work on a little bit? Donald Brown says, if it was summer, okay. Hook for Life Fishing says, I just went to Bass Pro Shops and got a brand new combo. That's right, guys. Alexandra knows. She said those likes are looking ugly. Can I get a few likes? Did you guys know that studies have shown that likes actually help the fish bite? Has anybody else seen that study? Or is it just me? Has anybody else seen the study? Let's go ahead and put a little stank on it. So we're going to cast a few more times over here, guys, and then we're going to move again. So we're bank fishing. We're bank fishing. I'm fishing from the boat. You guys see that I run and gun. I'll fish for a few minutes, and then we'll take off and leave. But right about now, Michael T said, oh, yeah, the likes make the fish hungry. Mike knows the deal. He saw the same study I saw. Likes make the fish bite. All right, so we're going to focus on this one. We're going to fish this one back kind of slow. Take our time with it. Oh, the burning season. Oh, no, he said those likes are looking worse than my girlfriend at the buffet. Oh, no. Yeah, guys, let's go ahead and see if we can get a few more likes. Let's see if we can get a few more likes. Can you guys get me up to 80 likes? We only need 18 more likes. Like I always say, likes help the fish bite. Kevin Two Fish says, how long of a leader do you have tied on? So I generally will put the leader the length of 2 fishing rods. And so this is a 7-2 fishing rod. So I put it about 20 feet. So I go the length of 2 rods. So I get the knot right here. Then I pull the line all the way down here. And then I pull it past a little bit more to get about a 20-foot leader. And I put a 20-foot leader, especially on this lake, because let me show you again how clear this water is. So I'm sitting on a boat dock. I'm standing on a boat dock. But you guys see those rocks down there? So that is the bottom of the lake. So this water is very, very clear. And these fish are smart on this lake. They're used to getting popped in that mouthpiece. So if they see something not looking right with that bait, they will not bite. Scott G says, why did the Avon lady walk funny? Oh, my goodness, Scott. Oh, my goodness, Scott. Scott, you've been hanging out with the burning season too much. And you see, he is the first one to laugh at your joke. Kevin Two Fisher says double uni knot or FG. So I tie a double uni knot for my braid to fluorocarbon. I tried the FG knot, but when I tried that FG knot, it made me think of what that F probably stands for in FG, because I quit. I was like, I'm not ever trying this knot again. Uh-oh, here we go. Michael Teague, what is he about to say? Why do ducks have tail feathers? Okay, Michael, that was pretty funny. That was a good one. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Stop the Divide says, if you saw the rocks, double tap on the screen. That's right. If you can see these rocks, go ahead and double tap the screen if you can see those rocks. Let me zoom in on them for you real quick. You guys see those rocks? That is the bottom of the lake. Make sure you guys go ahead and get these likes up. We're only sitting at 66 likes, guys. We have over 100 people in the chat. Kevin Two Fish says, no kidding. Easier doing a damn origami than an FG knot. Oh, yeah, that FG. I don't know what the F stands for in FG knot, but if you try tying one, I'm pretty sure you can think of what it why they call it a FG knot, what that F stands for. Joe Winkler says, keep it clean here in the chat, guys. It's a family channel. Oh, yeah, we have family watching. We have some family in here. Michael Teague says, dad jokes for days. That was a good one. I like that one. So I am currently down here on Lake Lanier, Georgia. Oh, take a look over there, guys. You guys see the snow? So we still have some snow out here. It's kind of melting away now, but we still have some snow out here. Got to get out and make a snowman this past weekend. Cadillac says, did you catch a bass or are you just yapping? Cadillac, I've been doing a lot of yapping. Haven't caught anything yet, so we're doing some bank fishing today. Due to the iced over boat ramp, I came to the lake to go. I mean, look at this, guys. I finally put on my 100-mile-an-hour suit and everything. Have on my fishing boots. Have on some good insulated pants because I was planning on doing some running today. We were gonna actually fly way across the lake and go to an area and try to find some bait fish was the goal. But once I got to the ramp and almost my boat, trailer, and truck, we almost slid into the lake at the boat ramp because of the ice. So I was like, no, sir. I had to pack that up and head back home. Kendra says, how much fish have you caught? None today. None today. Not yet. We're doing a little thing called bank fishing, and we're working on this other thing we call bass for cash. Now, I want to give a big shout out to the condemned man. You guys that were here a little earlier, you saw that he came through and hit the channel with the $20 super chat. Very, very much appreciated. Whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, and there has been a lot of gifted memberships recently, guys. The MoneyTeam, those are the members of the channel, has been growing very, very fast. Now, membership does have its privileges. If you are a member of the channel, shout out to Alexandra. You see that badge next to her name. Shout out to Clint Perry. Shout out to Stop the Divide, has that badge. They have those badges next to the name. Also, Cadillac. No, wait a second. Cadillac, that was a smiley face. Cadillac had a badge too. But and also Joe Winkler. You guys see that badge right next to Joe Winkler's name. So they are members of the channel. Now, membership does have its privileges. When we get fish to the boat, and I keep saying to the boat, guys, because I'm normally on a boat. Today, I'm just fishing from the bank and from a boat dock. But once we get a fish, you will get one guess per fish. If you guess the exact weight of that fish, then you will walk away with a nice cash prize. Now, the total payout right now is there is a $100 bill sitting in the total payout pot. Now, that is broken up into increments as fish are caught. For each fish caught, you get one guess. And if you guess the exact weight of that fish, you can walk away with a $20 bill per fish. Now, the members of the Money Team, those are the members of the channel, like Clint Perry that you see have that badge next to his name. He gets 2 guesses per fish. If you are not a member of the channel and you put in more than 1 guess, you will be disqualified. With the quickness, Alexandria and the other people that are watching, they will let it be known that you have put more than 1 guess in there and that you are DQ'd. The other benefit for the members of the channel, the members of the Money Team, they get twice the guesses, which means they have twice the chance to win. They also get twice the payout. But keep this in mind. It does not cost anything to participate. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. That is it. All right, now let's watch this line move. You guys see this line, this high-vis yellow line moving? That's because I just cast it out into the middle of the lake, and it's probably about 40, 50 feet or so. And so when I'm fishing the shaky head, even when I'm on the boat, this is what I'm doing. I cast, and I put these little loops in here. And when that line stops moving, now you see that line has stopped moving, I know that it's all the way on the bottom. And that's another reason why I like using a spinning reel, a spinning setup with my shaky head, because I will fish my shaky head in 0 to 1 feet of water to 50+ feet of water. Same thing, same setup. Aim Chan says, be careful, you fall close if it had. Oh yeah, I don't want to fall in the lake. So yeah, I'm just right here fishing by this boat dock. But take a look. You can see the bottom of the lake from where I'm at, guys. That water is clear down there. Backwoods, what's going on? Says MoneyBass back at it. Y'all get that money. Good luck. Yeah, really appreciate you for tuning in. We're out here just doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. Having a good time. Junior says, don't get DQ'd. We will all laugh at you. That is right. Man, they show no mercy. I feel sorry for people when they get DQ'd, but the chat, they just get in there and start making all kind of jokes. They don't care about your feelings. Shout out to Alexandra. She says, today's current live stream sponsor is the condemned man with that $20 super chat. Always sliding through, showing some strong support for the channel. Really appreciate you. So who actually had some bad weather come through their area this past weekend with those snowstorms and everything? who actually had some bad weather. And want to give a big shout out to the people out there in California that are dealing with those wildfires, guys. Some of them are having a rough time at it, so hope everybody is doing all right with that. And also for the people that did get caught up in some of this bad weather, I saw a lot of videos where there were pileups on interstates, where it was just truck after truck, car after car, just piling up on interstates, slamming into each other. Kevin Two Fishes says, dropped a decent amount of snow. All right, good deal. Oh, my God. Oh, no, guys. No. Ah, we had one. We had one, and look what it did. Now, that is terrible. Take a look at this, guys. My braid actually broke. It did not even break off at the knot. I do not know what could have caused that. Now, that man, a fisher, picked it up and was swimming off with it, guys. Oh, after all of that work and walking around, now we got to sit down and retie. That is terrible. We got a break off, but it broke. Yeah, I do not know what could have caused that to happen right there. No, look at that. It broke the braid. But you know your partner MoneyBass always comes prepared, right? Bam, I got my line right here. So somebody was just asking me about what type of line I use. I mean, what type of knot that I use. So this is 12-pound fluorocarbon right here. Oh, man, I can't believe another break off, guys. It doesn't happen too often. But like I said, I'm fishing from the bank this time. Now, where is the end of this line at? Man, so that's not good. After all that work, finally got the bite that we needed. Let's see, what do you guys say in the chat? Michael says, I was hoping for snow and ice because that makes me money. Mike says, if you don't know a knot, tie a lot. If you don't know a lot, tie a knot. Wait a second. If you don't know a knot, tie a lot. Michael T says, get back at it. He got your lure. Get the fish and get your lure back. We're going to see if we can get my lure back. All right, so Michael says, enhanced clinch knot. So I'm going to tie and let's see what type of knot we're going to go with, guys. We're going to go with an Alberto knot. Michael Smith says, use dynamite. Junior says, that was Fatback's daddy. He's mad at you for catching Fatback. Oh, my goodness. All right, so we're going to tie a, what'd I say, guys? An Alberto knot. So we're going to take this braid, just put it right through that loop. Man, but that is so odd that this braid, the braid just broke like that. And I mean, this braid is good. But we're going to come on up. We're going to come on up the line some more anyways to get away from the end where it just broke off. So we're going to go through there, come way down here this time. All right, so let's go 5 times one way. 1. That's 2. Man, now this is a mess. 3, 4, 5. 5 one way, and now we just take it and go 5 back the opposite direction. Shout out to Michael T. He says, really enjoying the live. Man, Michael, I mean, we would have been enjoying a little more if I would have got that fish to the boat. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back the opposite direction. So this is an Alberto knot, guys. And then I just take it right back through the loop. I know you can't really see it all that well, but I do put like tutorial videos and stuff like that in the member section of the channel. So if you guys are interested in that type of information, make sure you go and check it out. All right, let's see if I got this knot tight, guys. And I did not. Goodness, man. Why am I being treated so bad today? Let's go ahead and cut some of this braid off of here where it kind of looks like it's frayed up. just take this extra line. James Larry said, looks like you're on a dock today. No boat? What happened? So yeah, James, I came to the boat ramp today with my boat to go fishing. Let's go throw this in the trash. And as I got to the boat ramp and came around the corner, the road was clear. But as soon as I came around the corner, before I could realize it, there was ice and snow all at the ramp. As I proceeded to press the brakes a little bit, the boat, trailer, and truck with me in it all start sliding towards the water. So I'm looking like, oh man, this is all she wrote for your partner MoneyBass. I'm about to go for a swim in this inside the truck. So I was able to hit like a little dry patch, and the truck stopped. So I had to hit reverse and kind of tires spinning and everything till I was able to kind of back out far enough to where I can make a U-turn. Once I hit that U-turn and got out of there, I went ahead and took the boat back. 3, 4, 5. I went ahead and took the boat back. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See if I got it that time. All right, I think I got it. Yep, I got it that time. Man, I hate that I missed that fish, guys. Now, fishing from the bank is a little different because I don't know if there's more, I don't know how many fish, if that was a random one-off fish or if it's a school of them or what. So I really needed to make that fish count, and it broke me off. Can you believe it? Right after we finished having conversations about being broke off, then it happens to me. All right, so let's cut this. All right, now let's test this knot out. All right, so the knot is good. And you guys were asking me, how long are my leaders? So what I do is I just reel until the knot gets all the way to the reel. I do not want that to go in the water. I just reel it till it gets to the reel. Let's try this a little different. All right, so that knot just got to the reel, and now I just bring the length of the pole to the line, and then I just pull it out just a little bit further, and I make a leader that is about 20 feet long. And I'll go ahead and cut the line. And that's it. Burn Season says, so that'd be about 14 foot. And then I add a little more onto it after that. So I say it's anywhere from 15 to 20 feet. Already edits. What's going on says one of the best knots there. Julian, the joke guy, says, and remember, in desperate times, put some stank on it. That is correct. All right, so now let's reach into my pocket down here, into my bag of tricks. Got my bag of tricks right here with me. All right, and shout out to the members of the channel, the Money Team. I made a video, a members only video for you guys, going over in detail of how I set up these baits that I'm using that generally last all the way until you break off, like what just happened to me. So I've caught a lot of fish on these baits, especially from a boat. From the bank, like I told you before, you can get stuck and have to break off a lot easier. But from a boat, as long as you get this bait back, those fish will won't be able to tear this thing up, and it's already set up and rigged and ready to go. Got a good polymer knot on there. So now we're gonna go ahead and put some stank on it, and we're gonna get back down there. Man, that would have been lovely to get that fish to the boat. But you can't win them all. The fish are definitely gonna have been winning some of these lately, guys. All right, let's put a little stank on it. And then we're gonna get back in there and we're gonna fish it slow. Once again, we're gonna do just like we were doing. Fish it real slow. Julian joke guy said, did I say to the boat again? Is that what I said, Julian? Is that why you put that in there? If I did say to the boat, I would probably be saying that a lot. Yes. Oh, man. All right, let me see what just happened. Because my cast didn't go right. There we go. So let's make another long cast out there, just hitting right in the middle of this cove. Because I think those fish are out in these ditches still. So from the boat, I would just be drifting in the middle of these coves and just looking to see if I could see any fish down there, especially bait fish. But today I was planning on making a James Lair says, call money Captain Nemo. Mr. Sloth says we out here getting jiggy with it. But yeah, if I was in the boat, I'd be going in the middle of these creeks right now, looking for bait fish. So that was actually the plan today, was to go out searching for bait fish. Man, I don't know how that broke off like that. Man. Julian the joke guy says, let's get some bendation. We had some breakation just a minute ago. The bendation was about to be real. It was about to be real, but that fish said, not today. It said, no, sir. You're not getting me to the boat today. How about I take your bait? What's going on, Teresa? We have Teresa tuning back in. Julian says, let's not talk about the breakation. Let's let bygones be bygones. Let's focus on the positivity. Is that what you're saying, Julian? Man, that's ugly. It's hard though, Julian. Until I catch another one, until I catch a fish, to get what just happened out of my head, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do that. I want to give a big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, guys. One of the original sponsors of this thing we call Bass for Cash. Now, if you are new to the channel, if this is your first time tuning in today and checking out the channel, type the word new in the chat. I always like to gauge the room and put my eyes on some new names as you guys come into the chat, because maybe I'll see you in here again once you see that Bass for Cash is real and we do get together on a weekly basis and have some fun with it. So who is new? I want to give a big shout out to Joseph Beasley, Michael Teague. All right, good deal. Have some new people. John is new. John Caffrey. Timothy Perkins says, new. Where are you fishing from? All right, appreciate you for tuning in also. I am down in Georgia, Lake Lanier, Georgia, having a good old time doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. So let me, Double OG says old. That's right, Double OG has been here for a minute. But Bass for Cash is where I get out here on a weekly basis. Generally, you guys will see me. Shout out to Pablo. Pablo knows how to do it. Says new and subscribed. Really, really appreciate that. What I do is get out here on a weekly basis, and generally you will see me fishing out of my boat. But as you guys see that snow over there that's on the bank, the boat ramp kind of looked like that when I came around the corner today. I almost slid into the lake. Boat, trailer, and truck. All of us almost went into the water. So I decided to take the boat back home and come out here and fish from the bank today. But we get out here on a weekly basis. I catch fish, bring fish to the, I keep saying to the boat. And then I'll show you guys the fish, put it on the measuring board so you can get a good idea of the size of the fish and everything. And from there, all you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel, hit that like button, Guess the exact weight of the fish, and you will walk away with a nice payout, guys. Right now, the pot is sitting at a $100 bill, and it's paid out in increments. So for each fish that is caught, you will receive a $20 bill. Just that quick and simple, all right? All right, let's see. AP says, I've never been fishing. What advice would you give me? I would say to start. Go and start fishing. Pick a species of fish. If you've never been fishing, what I would say is go and get you some night crawlers, some worms or something like that, and go and start off by catching some brim. You know, just something so you can see what it feels like to get a bite and reel a fish in, have some fun with it. Or if you have a buddy or somebody that bass fishes or you know, that fishes, then I would definitely go out with them so they can give you some tips to, you know, make sure you have a good time your first time out. I really appreciate all the new people tuning in today. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button. That is all that is required to participate in Bass for Cash. It does not cost a thing to participate in Bass for Cash, guys. Man, oh man. I can't believe it. We had a break off. We had a nice and easy break off today. Teresa says, what happened to Chicken Hawk? Nothing happened to Chicken Hawk. Chicken Hawk is happy right now because he won that last bet. Chicken Hawk is used to losing all the time, and he finally won. All right, I showed you guys earlier why I use this high vis yellow. You see the line moving? That's because my bait is still falling to the bottom of the lake. And now it just stopped. Now that lets me know the bait is on the bottom, so I'll go ahead and close that spool and just fish it kind of slow back to the boat. Right now, I've been talking a lot, so I've been fishing faster than what I should. But let's just slow it down a little bit now. And I'll still hop into the chat. Junior says, welcome to the show. Let me see. John says, I'm from Louisiana, and I'm 9 years old. What's going on, John? John says, I want to see some fishing. I want to see some fish get caught. APJ says, I've never been fishing. What advice would you give me? So I gave you a few little tips there. Hope it helped you out. John says, I will only be here on the weekends. All right, so you need to go out there and catch you a fish or two because I have school during the week except for Monday. Shout out to Daniel. Daniel knows the routine. He's shouting out SWAT, Justin White, Clint Perry, and Alexandra Corbett. Good deal. James Larry says, very light breeze today, currently 40 degrees. Yeah, it feels nice out here. I mean, I've been out here when it's been a lot colder. So now, I guess being out here when the weather's a lot worse, it makes it feel like this is not even an issue being out here right now. Timothy says, are you fishing deep and slow? My experience when the water's cold, that is the best. You are right. I am fishing deep and slow. So I'm throwing a shaky head out into about 40, 50 feet of water and fishing it all the way back up to about 10 feet of water. So however deep this dock is, guys. Julian says, hey, Money, what did Chicken Hawk buy with his $20 from this past stream? He needs to hold on to it because I'm going to win it back from him again. So he shouldn't be buying anything with it. Nobody really says, try to catch a fish, man. Try to catch a fish. All right, shout out to Alexandra. She's putting the rules of engagement in the chat. I think Alexandra, she must have a feeling that a fish is going to be coming to the bank. I was about to say to the boat again, but yeah, she must have a feeling that a fish is about to be on its way because she's giving you guys the rules of engagement in the chat. So make sure you guys pay attention. You do not want to be DQ'd. Also want to give a big shout out to The Condemned, the current sponsor of today's live stream with the $20 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. Christian says, hey, you're too loud for fishing. The fish are going to go away because they're going to say, hey, he's up there talking about catching us. Timothy says, you got some stink on that bait? Yeah, I sure do. I put some stink on it. Shout out to Steve from Poland. Is Steve from Poland? Or who was from Poland? Oh, it's Christian from Poland. What's going on? Shout out to Christian. Good to have you in the chat. Always having a good time. Alex, the Fisher Dude, says, what's up, everyone? Alex, the Fisher Dude from SoCal, trying to stay salty and stay away from these wildfires. Oh, my goodness. South California? Is that where you're from? Oh, my goodness. Julie says, where is Pure Alaska? Pure Alaska's out there hunting some halibut. I want to give another big shout out to FishXLive.com, guys. FishXLive.com. It is a full-scale tournament app, and it also has features on there to help out the individual fishermen. One of the main ones that I would say is the Journal of Catches. You guys can go there now, go to fishxlive.com and download it for free. Right now, everything is set up for you guys to get a 7-day trial so you can test it out, see if you like it, see if it's something that'll work out for you. And remember, this is the off season for fishing, so it will be reset for everybody once the fishing season begins. So make sure you go and set up your free subscription at FishX Live. Oh man, don't tell me I got hung up right here at the ramp. Steve Wimpy says, hey man, we need to see some bendation. How about that, Wimpy? Is that some good bendation for you right there? Oh man, come on, please don't let me break off. All right, good, we didn't break off. Now, I was gonna walk back that way, but there's shade back there, and I do not feel like being in the shade right now because I know it is gonna be kind of cold back there. Michaela says, what are you fishing with? I'm fishing, the bait that I'm currently using is a shaky head. Just a little worm on a jig head, on a spinning reel with a 7'2" medium fishing rod. So we have had one bite and one break off. I got that bite and the fish won that battle. All right, so there we go, guys. Like I was showing you before, this is, even when I'm fishing on the boat, this is what I do. When I make my cast out in deep water, I watch my line. I'll set it right on top like that, and I'll just let the line keep falling, and I'll just keep putting loops in there. See how the line is still moving? It's moving, it's moving, and it just stopped. Once that line stops, then I know that I'm on the bottom. Jeffrey Bates says, check your line. Check your line, MoneyBass. What are you doing? Timothy says, what about casting just in front of the pier that you're on? So the water here is very clear. I don't know if you guys, some of you I've already shown you, but see, you see that right there? If I can see that, those fish can see me right here at this dock. So that's why I'm casting kind of far away and out into the middle of these ditches. Michael T says, work them banks a little bit. Warmer water. Phil Roger says, no trimming and ripping today. What happened? He says, you were praying and puckering. Oh, yeah, today, listen. When I came to the ramp, for those of you who do not know, that haven't heard me already mention it, I hit a patch of ice at the boat ramp. The boat ramp is iced up. So when I hit that patch of ice, the boat, the trailer, and the truck, we were all headed to the lake, sliding on that ice. Luckily, I hit a dry patch and was able to stop and kind of back my way back out to where I can make a U-turn. I was like, nah, not today. I went ahead and took the boat back home. So, yeah, I was jackknifing, guys, pretty bad. Junior says, we need to withdraw from the bank today. Oh, man. Let me think. We're going to fish here for just a little bit longer. Then we'll go for another walk, guys. That's the thing about bank fishing. And Julian has some advice for that. So you want me to hit him with the hardest hook set ever, huh? But that's what I tried to do, and I broke off. And the fish won that one. But it would be nice to catch that fish, get my bait back. Michael T says, you can teach a man to fish, but you can only learn to drive on ice from experience. And I've had some experience driving on ice, but today's experience was not a good one. I didn't like that experience. Shout out to John, says, I subbed. Do we have any other new subscribers? If you are new to the channel and a new subscriber, type the word new in the chat. Let's see, who are our new subscribers? Or type the word sub in the chat, S-U-B. Type S-U-B in the chat if you are a new subscriber. I want to make sure we welcome all of the new subscribers to the channel. Michael T says, subscribe today. Good deal, good deal. Ella says, let's go Philly Eagles. John says, new sub. Really appreciate that. Oh, man, oh, man. Timothy says, new sub. Really appreciate that. All right, John, I see you. John Halstead. All right. Hung up once again. Let's get out of there. So has anybody else been doing any fishing lately? I know Pure Alaska's been out there catching those 70 and 80-pound halibut. I wonder what that is like. Junior says, I used to watch a show named Ice Road Trucking. I watched that a few times too. I used to watch that a little bit. Timothy says, this is called vicarious fishing. Yeah, it's not vicarious catching yet. It's just vicarious fishing. Michael T says, sorry that Kirk Cousins didn't work out for you guys in Atlanta. Still a big Kirk fan, though. And Michael, you mean to tell you a secret? I've heard that name before, but I do not know who that is because I do not even watch sports. I'm assuming you're talking about football, but I've heard the name before. James Larry says, when you're driving on ice, you're just along for the ride. That is true. That is true. Julian says, I don't have time. Have to test week starting tomorrow. 9 tests in 5 days. Oh, my goodness. Don't they know it's almost fishing season? They can't be working your brain like that. You got to focus. You got to get ready to catch some fish. Junior says, I want to try some moose ribs. Got to ask Pure Alaska about that. I wonder if Pure Alaska ships out any of that stuff that he catches. All right, let's go for a walk, guys. Actually, let's live daringly. Let's make one more cast across these rocks. Let's see if I can get this bait back. Michael T said, that's one test you hope to fail every time. All right, come on. It's bumping across all of these rocks, but all I need is a fish to come and pick it up. Just go ahead and pick it up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it got me, guys. Look at that. It got me. It got me. Oh, man. All right, let's go ahead and flip this bail open and go for a walk and see if we can get it back loose from these lines. So when I get stuck like that from the bank, I just open up the bail and then I'll just walk and come at it from a different angle. Let's see if I can get it loose. It doesn't look like it's working. June said, not the snagation. Oh my goodness. Timothy says, yep, it's time for a walk. Yep, I think this one's going, guys. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put some force on it. Come on. Yeah, broke off. Let's see. Oh my goodness, and it broke off at the knot. That is not good. So that means I did not have a good knot on there. All right. We're gonna retie again. Michael Teague says, love the view of the clear water. James Larry said, Van's Tavern? No, sir, I'm not at Van's Tavern. I'm on the south end. Let's see, the pond fisherman says, you should come and bass fish in southern Alabama. I do. I'm actually supposed to be at, man, you know what, guys? Take a look at this. Let me show you something. This braid may actually be the issue because it did not break at my knot. The braid actually broke. The braid actually broke. So what I'm going to do now, if you take a look, that braid down there is kind of faded, but this braid on here is still bright yellow and new. So I need to take some of this braid off of here and get down to some of this newer braid. And then we're going to tie on right there, and that should get rid of that issue as far as these break-offs. Because there's a chance I could have had that back if the line didn't break. All right, let's take this line, throw it up here in this trash can. James Larry says, clear and cold, 40 degrees. So yeah, I can feel the temperature dropping a little bit. The sun has kind of gone down below the tree line over there. So I'm kind of in the shade now. So let's get this knot tied real quick. Then we're gonna run over to the other side and another side of the lake real quick. So we're gonna take a trip through the woods, guys. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this Alberto knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I try to, when I wrap it back around, go in between the grooves of the first 5 twists that I put in there. Then I just pull these 2 sides together, lock them tight. There we go. That's a good lock right there. And now with this, you can cut these tag lines off as close as you can. And just hold on to this extra line. to throw in the trash. All right, then you want to double check that line again. Get this extra line that I cut. Throw this stuff in the trash. Man, I hear somebody driving around with on a four-wheeler. Junior says, watch out for Bigfoot. How you know I'm not Bigfoot? I might be Bigfoot. Pilrock says, what kind of line are you using so I know not to get it? So this, the brand of this braided line, I don't really get anything brand specific, but this line has been on here for a while probably. But you guys see how often I'm out here, and I use this a lot. So it's not surprising that my braided line takes a lot of abuse and needs to be changed out. But I don't really change my line out until I start having problems with it. All right, so now I'm going to take this and make it the length of this pole, plus a little more to it. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut that off. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Shout out to Cornelius. Cornelius has come in and hit the channel with a $5 super chat. Oh my goodness. Is it real or is it Memorex? What is this question? He says, what's your favorite fish, taste-wise? Oh man. I would say the best fish that I have tasted for me was it was called apricot flounder at the Pink House in Savannah, Georgia. Has anybody ever heard of that before? The Pink House in Savannah, Georgia. Man, it was good. It was real good. I would say that is the best fish I have ever tasted. But of course it has a lot to do with the way it was seasoned and all that kind of stuff. But as far as just the best fish in general, for me, I kind of like salmon. I'm kind of simple. I don't really eat fried fish. I like baked fish and grilled fish. Shout out to Ryan. He says crappie or walleye for me. All right, and what about you, Cornelius? What is your favorite? All right, we need everybody to be quiet because we have the quiet man in the chat. Quiet man said, can you shout me out, please? If you do, I'll sub. All right, so shout out to the quiet man. Wants a quiet sub to the channel. I appreciate you for tuning in. I guess you're new to the channel, so welcome. We get out here on a weekly basis and do this thing called Bass for Cash. Now, it may be a little more difficult today because I'm fishing from the bank. Normally, you guys will see me from my boat, but take a look. Here's a boat coming through here wide open right now. Can you guys see that? They're rolling. They're rolling a good 60 miles an hour right there. Coming off plane. But yeah, if you guys could, put Cornelius in the chat. Let me see. Put CB in the chat for Cornelius, hitting the channel with that $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate you for tuning in and checking it out. Cornelius says salmon has a sweet taste. All other fish seem to have a basic taste. So I guess you're with me then. So Cornelius, you like that salmon too, huh? All right, so let's hurry up and get this tied on real quick. I hear some other people walking around through these woods too, guys. Up there with a Santa hat on. Can you guys see that? Joe Winkler said that's the mass bass kid coming in hot. No, he's kicked back, relaxing. I actually talked to him a little earlier today, so he hasn't been out for a minute. Julian says, you should come fishing in the Netherlands. Oh, my goodness, Julian, you are from the Netherlands? I think I remember shouting out the Netherlands before. We are worldwide, guys. We have people tuning in from everywhere. Out here enjoying this thing we call fishing, during the off season at that. So once the weather changes up and people are able to get out on the lakes and have a good time, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to be rolling. We're over 15,000 strong, guys. We're on our way to a 20,000 subscriber count. So that is the goal. We're going to see how fast we get to that 20,000 subscriber count. Really appreciate everybody that's new to the channel, all the people that are new subs, just tuning in for the first time. Really appreciate that. All right, so we're tied on and ready to go. So let's go ahead. We're not going to put some stank on it right now. We're going to wait until we get to the other side of the lake. And we'll do it over there. So now let's go for a walk, guys. Let's just take a look. Now, can you guys see this guy up there with a Santa hat on? Let's see if you guys can see him. Can you see that? Put Santa in the chat if you guys see Santa Claus up there in the woods. Put Santa in the chat. Can you guys see him? Put Santa in the chat if you guys see that. All right, let's go for a walk, guys. We're going to go through the woods now. Go to the other side. See if I can climb through these hills. The leaves are wet. The rocks are wet. You guys can see the sun through those trees right there. So it's on its way down. Things are going to be cooling off. Did anybody put Santa in the chat? Did you guys see him? I guess nobody saw Santa, huh? Oh, Double OG saw him. I see that little meme you put in there. All right, let's walk. Look at that. That's a nice little cove down there. I don't think I've ever even caught any fish fishing down there before. We didn't put Santa in the chat. Let's see. John says, do you like my profile picture? Elf pet, and his name Dodge. His name is Dodge. All right. All right, so we're going to walk through here so you guys can see there's still some snow lingering around out here. Got to walk up this hill. Look at these nice big rocks. Oh, my goodness, guys. Got to make it up these hills without sliding. These wet leaves. Our ground is wet. All right. All right. There's somebody slid in the mud right there. I saw their... All right. Oh, man. We made it up the hill. Let's take a look. Can you guys tell how steep this hill is by looking down there? Whew. So that's the hill right there that I just came up. Let's walk over here to the other side. William said, looks like deer country, and it is. Man, who used to run track? Do you remember running track in the wintertime? How you get out of breath? It just seemed like it's a little hard to catch your breath in the summertime, in the wintertime. All right. Let's switch hands. My fingers are getting a little cold. James, why you gotta treat me like that, James? James said, sounds like Money is a little out of shape. Does he have a gut on him? Yeah, James, I had to catch my breath. I haven't been doing my runs anymore like I used to. James says, the only place I run is to the bathroom. Julian says, Money, buy some gloves. Oh, I actually have some gloves in my pocket. I don't really like wearing gloves all that. Although I like to be able to feel stuff. Man, so I was gonna go over there to this other dock, but all these boats are coming in now. There's actually people down here. Now, for anybody that wasn't tuned in earlier, I'm gonna show you guys why I'm not in my boat today. I'm gonna walk you guys through that real quick. Now look at these steps. Now this is ice. All this is ice, guys. All that is ice. All right, see, this is the ramp. Now you guys see all this right here? It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but the thing about it is snow. It's not a lot, but it doesn't take a lot of ice for you to slide down into that water. Now, if you take a look, there's 4 ramps down there. Now you see those 4 ramps? Only that one all the way to the left is the one that people can really use. But in order to use it, you have to just come in at the, come in at a good angle and you can get in there. But I didn't really want to do all of that. So I'll show you what actually happened to me. And why I decided to take the boat back and just get out here and hang out with you guys from the bank today. So if you take a look at this corner, so all up through there, the road is clear. But what happens is if you're coming around this corner, you're not really paying attention. As soon as you get around the corner, right here, I hit this ice. Now let me come up here and show you. So once I hit this ice right here, I started sliding from right here where this ice starts. As soon as my truck hit this ice right here, I start sliding, and that boat is pushing me. So that boat is actually pushing the truck along on the ice too. So I'm sliding down this way, and I'm just looking like, oh my goodness, man, am I gonna stop before I go over that edge right there and go into the lake? But luckily I stopped like right about in here. But as you can see, all of my tires were now on this ice. So I just had to keep working my way out until I was able to back up far enough to where I can make a U-turn and get back out of here. So that's why I'm not in my boat today. What's going on, Vino? Vino checking in, says we meet again. All right, guys. So you see these boats are coming in right now. There's some people out here fishing. We got another bank fisherman. Oh, look at him. He's going over to where I was heading to, guys. He's going to where I was heading. But what we'll do is we'll wait for these boats to come out real quick. So this is the only ramp that you'd be able to pull into is right here. This one ramp. So you can kind of see there's a guy out there waiting in his boat to back up and come out. Vino says, what is your best ever fish caught? Matthew, look at Matthew. He says, stop talking and catch a fish, please. Just catch a fish. I'm trying, Matthew. I'm trying. But your partner is on the bank today. My boat, I didn't bring my boat out because of the iced up ramp. But we'll be back out here on the boat next time. Next time, it'll maybe be a little bit more exciting. But I have to get on here and talk to my peoples. What does Fishing for Dollars say? He says, yeah, I got 6 inches here and I was not able to find time to ride my snowmobile. Too much work going on. I am so disappointed though. Oh yeah. Vino says, what is your best ever caught? He says, maybe a shark or a tuna. No. Well, I have caught I believe it was, I'm not sure where I was at. Maybe it was Savannah or something like that. Went and caught some shark down there before. can't remember what the name of them were, but they kind of look like, they weren't hammerhead sharks, but they did have kind of like a little flat head on them. But my biggest spotted bass is 5 pounds, 11 ounces. My biggest largemouth bass is 8.56 pounds is my biggest largemouth bass caught on Lake Chickamauga. And my biggest striper is, what was that? Around 15 pounds. All right, let's just go over here to this other ramp. This other boat dock. There aren't really too many people out here now. But even though this is kind of snow on here, there's a coating of ice sitting on top of it. So even when you step on it, it does not, it doesn't really cave in because it's actually ice. All right. Well, we can see what somebody's down here using. Look at that. Maybe he's gonna come back over here and get it, but he's throwing a weighted wacky worm. I've never really seen anybody fish it like that before, with the weighted hook on there. But people have all different types of ways and things that may have been working for them. So maybe that's been working for him. All right, so we're gonna put a little stank on it. We're gonna make a few casts out here. Time is not up yet, but I appreciate everybody for hanging out today. Today, I knew once I came out here and I saw that there was the boat ramp was iced up. I knew this was going to be kind of a difficult day, kind of having to walk through the woods, stop at a spot every now and then, cast for a while. So really just wanted to check in with everybody. So I'll be prepared maybe tomorrow. I just have to check the weather. If it doesn't call for like rainstorms and stuff like that, then I'll be back out here either tomorrow or Tuesday. And again, guys, I have a tournament coming up this weekend on Saturday. So I may broadcast that live for you guys. Not really sure yet, but we will see. Baby boy says, oh, I love that wacky rig. All right, we're going to make a long cast out there, guys. What's going on, Junior? I appreciate you too. Always in here getting active in the chat, having a good time, hanging out with the crew. Appreciate all of the past, present, and future subscribers to the channel. I know we have a lot of new people tuning in today. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Shout out to Clint Perry. You guys know the routine. You need to put CP in the chat. He just gifted a membership, and that gifted membership went to Jack of all trades, master of none. Shout out to him for that new membership and a new member to the channel. I see you guys shouting out CP. Really appreciate that, CP. The money team is definitely getting bigger. Anybody new to the channel that may not know what I'm referring to when I say money team, those are the members of the channel. Anyone that you see that has a badge next to their name, those are the people that I'm referring to. Wait a minute. Did Clint Perry do it again? Shout out to Jeffrey White Music. Just got a gifted membership courtesy of CP. You guys know and another one. CP is going nuts, guys. Now, this one went to Squiggly Lines. I do not know how to pronounce that name. Does anybody know how to pronounce that name? Julian said, again, that is correct. They've been trying to get Hippie Dave a gifted membership for months. I do not know what is going on, why Hippie Dave cannot get a gifted membership. All right, guys, I can tell you right now that with that sun going down, my fingers are starting to get cold very fast. Baby boy says, what does the guy's name that never got a membership? That is Hippie Dave. You're referring to Hippie Dave. Hippie Dave has been trying to get a membership for about 5 or 6 months. a gifted membership. But the thing I keep telling everybody is Hippie Dave has actually won a payout from Bass for Cash. He can pay for his own membership. Oh my goodness, Clint Perry back at it again. And this one went to Brittany. Brittany Glupker just got a gifted membership from Clint Perry. Oh my goodness. Bill Ryder says, I gave up on Hippie. Clint is still at it. He says, on the way up, gets a gifted membership. Man, he is rolling. Clint Perry is on a roll. And I don't know if you guys know, but Clint Perry hung out with us on his birthday, guys. He came and hung out with the crew. We gave him a bunch of shout outs, happy birthday wishes, and all of that good stuff. Man, don't you hate this? I am stuck right here at the ramp. I'm right here at this boat dock. The lure is like right here. If I had my boat, if I was on my boat, I'd be able to get it. But now I think I may break it off. But you know what? I think this may be a way to test the knot. Let's see if the knot breaks at the, oh, we got it. We got it back. Good deal. Good deal. Michael T says, Iowa needs to be represented. Shout out to Clint Perry, guys. Everybody put CP in the chat. How many gifted memberships was that? Does anybody know? Can somebody go back and count those? How many memberships did Clint Perry just gift out to you guys? John Hawk says, what state are you in? I'm down here in Georgia. Lake Lanier, Georgia. Just having a good old time out here trying to catch some spotted bass so we can do this thing called Bass for Cash. Now, I can tell you today has been a slow one. I came to the ramp and I saw that the ramp itself, if you guys can take a look at that, was covered up with snow and ice. Now, it looked like snow, but what I can tell you is there's ice on top of that. So as soon as my truck hit this ice right here, I started sliding straight down toward this area right here to where I just knew that I was going to end up going for a swim inside of my truck. But luckily it stopped and I didn't I didn't hit the water. Alexandria, shout out to AC. Everybody put AC in the chat. We always have to give Alexandra her credit. She stays on top of it. Look at that. She says today's current live stream sponsor is Clint Perry with 5 memberships. Honorable mentions goes to the Condemned and Cornelius. Condemned hit the channel with the $20 super chat and Cornelius hit the channel with the $5 bill. Really appreciate you guys for that. Daily notification says, here is the commercials. Take 1 second out of your day to like the stream. Oh my goodness, guys, we have broke the 100 like mark today. I wasn't even paying attention. Really appreciate everybody for hitting that like button, guys. It really, really does help out the channel. Kevin Two Fishes says, hey, I'm still waiting for my free membership. Kevin Two Fishes, didn't you win one of the Bass for Cash payouts before? King 25 says, hey, can I get a gifted membership? All right, so for everyone who does not know, the gifted membership, those are chosen randomly by YouTube. The people gifting those memberships, they do not pick who gets those memberships. Kevin said, negative, sir. I have not won yet. Pale Rider says those gifted memberships are good for 1 month. That is true. They are good for 1 month. So what I'm going to do, since we've had a lot of new people that have received those gifted memberships, we're going to do a members only live stream, guys. We're going to do a members only live stream, and I'm going to do that and see what type of turnout and what type of responses I get from that. And if you guys like having those members only live streams, then I may do a few more of those for you. But being a member, keep in mind, you guys have access to all of the members only content on the channel. Now, there is a lot of tutorials and things like that, different topics that we've covered on the channel. So make sure you guys go and take a look at that. Daniel says they hating on me. They won't hook him up with a free membership. So King 5 says, what does a free membership do? On this channel, membership has its privileges. So we're doing this thing called Bass for Cash. I know you probably saw the title of this live stream. Bass for Cash is where I come out to the lake on a weekly basis. As I catch the fish, I will put those fish on a measuring board. I will hold it up, let you see the length, the width, the girth, all of that good stuff. From there, all you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel and hit that like button. And if you guess the exact weight of that fish, then you walk away with a nice payout, a nice crisp $20 bill. It will be paid to you directly, all right? Now, if you are a member of the Money Team, like I said, membership has its privileges. They get 2 guesses per fish. They get 2 guesses per fish, so that means they have twice the chance to win. Now, the other thing that does is they get twice the payout. So instead of getting that $20 bill, they will get 2 $20 bills, all right? So that is what membership does for you, all right? So that's the immediate thing. The other thing is that it gives you access to the members-only content. Sometimes we do members-only live streams. We also do, there's members-only content on the channel too. So if you're a fisherman, tournament fisherman, any of that good stuff, there's lots of helpful information on the channel for you guys. Shout out to Team Quack Attack, says howdy y'all. King 25 says, oh dang, okay, membership does have its privileges. That is correct. Shout out to CP, guys. Everybody put CP in the chat. Now, he is really helping you guys out because once you get one of those gifted memberships, you will now have a badge next to your name, just like Fishing for Dollars. And once you get that badge, that means 2 guesses and double the payout, just that quick. All right, membership does have its privilege. Really appreciate all of the members of the Money Team. Once again, those are the members of the channel. All right, so now I made a cast way out there and got hung up, guys. Don't you just hate it? Let's see if we got to break off. Okay, we got it loose. Good, good, good. We got it loose. Let's see if we can fish it all the way back to the boat. Then we're going to go over to one more spot. Man, I want to get at least, give you guys at least one chance for some bass for cash. But I knew it was going to be tough today, coming out here and kind of being confined to the bank, because I really wanted to make a run across, like way out across the lake, and go to some places and look for some bait fish. All right, guys, let's move over, and we're gonna go and fish from this other boat dock real quick. See what's going on over there. All right, on the move once again. All right, and we gotta be careful on this stuff because, like I said, it looks like it is snow, but let me just show you guys. If you step on this, like you see these footprints in here, these were done before it froze over. So you see that? So it's basically, it looks like snow, but it's actually ice. It's like a sheet of ice on top of that snow. Oh, shoot, and there we go. Your partner almost bit the dust. Well, actually almost bit the pavement. Oh, man, I'm glad I didn't fall, guys. It wouldn't have been fun hitting the pavement right now with cold hands and elbows. Michael Teague says, gotta walk like a duck. Yes, sir. You are correct. That is exactly what I was doing. All right, let's go over here and walk down this other boat dock. Just looking down there. Sometimes you can see fish moving around and stuff like that. And actually what I'm gonna do, guys, instead of walking all the way to the end of this dock, I'm going to cast out there and fish right down the side of it before I get down there to it. So I cast right out there. You guys saw it splash. So I'm gonna just bring my shaky head right on the side of this dock instead of just going down there. And you guys look, you can see that the line is still moving. There we go. So now it's down on the bottom. No Hesse, what's going on? Good to see you back in the chat. Says, it's too cold, man. What are you doing? I'm out here doing this thing called Bass for Cash. That's what I'm doing, trying to see if anybody wants any of this money. I've been trying to give it away for a while, but nobody's been taking it. Steve Dorsey says, wow, is your state not prepared for cold and snow and ice? It is not, because when it happens, it does not happen long. And maybe investing all those funds in it, just maybe they don't look at it as being a necessity. So Friday is when everything came through. Today is Sunday. And as you see, it is pretty much gone. The only reason that snow and stuff was like that where I just showed you is because it's right here in the shade and it's at a boat ramp. So this is a very low traffic area. But all the way here until you get to the boat ramp, you're fine. Vino says, I stumbled across you again. Well, Vino, if you hit the subscribe button, you won't have to stumble. It should let you know. Vino says, gotta go. Bye. All right, Vino, we'll check you on the next one. Hope you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can see you on the next go round. Matthew says, hello, Money. I'm in Ohio. All my water is frozen. All right, so you got to get up there and do some ice fishing. All right, so no fish came out and bit that. So let's go ahead and ease on out here a little bit more. Looks like somebody came and left their hat over here. Yeah, it's definitely cold in the shade. Now that the sun has gone down over those trees, it's kind of back there to where you can't even really see it now. Let's zoom in. There it goes right there in the back behind those trees. So the temps are dropping fast right now. Ishmael says, what are you fishing for? I am fishing for spotted bass. So we're out here fishing for spotted bass, doing this thing we call Bass for Cash, trying to have a little fun with it. But today, like I knew it was going to be, I told you guys it was going to be kind of slow. Once I came out here and saw that the boat ramp was froze over and I wasn't going to be able to go anywhere, still wanted to get out here and touch bases with you. Maybe, just maybe we could get one fish to the boat. I'm telling you guys, I'm so used to being on the boat. But maybe we can get one fish in so that way you guys can get a guess and see if anybody can walk away with any of that Bass for Cash for today. Al Ward says, beautiful thing. Oh, yes, beautiful. Look at that. Nice blue skies. You see the reflection on the water right there? It kind of looks like a picture, how they have those paintings and everything. But that's live right there. Matico says, went from a bass boat to a pontoon. So you went from a Corvette to a minivan, huh? Is that what you're saying? You went from a sports car to a family vehicle. You got to do what you got to do, though, right? Man, I didn't know, guys. I didn't know. I don't think it was a fish, but it didn't feel. It was feeling a little funny. You know, if you're feeling froggy, you got to leap. Gary Lucas says, did you catch that SP Fishing? It was good to have you in the comments today. What's going on, Gary? You saw me in the comments, huh? You had to stop by and see what was going on over there. See what you guys were up to. So I was actually supposed to be, Gary, I was supposed to be out on my boat right now, but the boat ramp is frozen over right now. So there's one ramp that's available that you can use out of 4, but you just kind of have to make sure you don't bump into that ice. I did not want to take any chance of going out and, just having a bad day. So I came on back in. Really appreciate you for tuning in, Gary. So what place did they finish up in? Do you know? I think he said that they had 11 boats out there. But yeah, just interested in knowing how they finished up for the day because they were catching some good fish. Ishmael says, I'll send a fish to you so you can catch him. You're gonna mail me a fish? Can you email me a fish so I can catch it? All right, let me see. He said third was 25.5 pounds. What kind of lake is that they're on that they're catching fish like that? Apex Production says, what is your record bass? So my biggest spotted bass that I've caught is 5 pounds, 11 ounces. My biggest largemouth that I've caught is 8.56 pounds. And I caught a striper that was around 15 pounds. Gary says first place was 29 pounds. Were they catching any spotted bass or were those all largemouth? John has a little jokey joke. He said, what happens when a frog crashes his car? I don't know. What happens when a frog crashes his car? Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Who are the new people viewing for the first time today? If today is your first time checking out the channel, type the word new in the chat. If you're new to the channel, today is your first time watching. He said he gets towed. Shout out to Al Ward. He says, me, I'm new. All right, really appreciate you for tuning in. If we have any other new people to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and come back to the next episode. I'm out here on a weekly basis. I might be back out here tomorrow. We just have to see what the weather has in store for us. But Matico says old. He's an old subscriber. But yeah, we just have to see what the weather has in store. Want to get you in on some of this action and see if you can get some of this cash for one of these bass that we catch. And for anybody who does not know, Bass for Cash is just kind of like a fun time where we get out here for fishing and conversation. And in the meantime and in between time, as I catch fish, I will let you guys guess the weight of those fish. All you have to do is be a subscriber. It does not cost a thing to participate. If you guess the weight of the fish, you can walk away with a nice and easy payout up to $40, guys. All right, so really appreciate you for tuning in. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Who is that? Deborah. We have Deborah says, I'm new. What's going on, Deborah? Deborah, do you like to fish? Also, where are you from and what kind of fish do you fish for if you fish? Michael Teague says, I feel like an OG now, but I'm new today. All right, Michael, you've definitely been getting active in the chat. Clint Perry said 2 skunks in a row. Wait a minute, Clint. This doesn't count. Don't do me like that, Clint. Clint, don't do it to me. This doesn't count, Clint. This doesn't count. I may have to take a poll to see if you guys are going to add this to my stats or to my skunk stats. All right, let me see. Crankbait says, what lake? Fishing Lake Lanier down in Georgia. John says, you're going to be back out on Saturday, Sunday, Monday? It just all depends on the weather. You never know what your partner MoneyBass is going to be doing or feeling. It just depends. But eventually, once we get more into the fishing season, I may be able to have more of a scheduled time to let you guys know. But for the most part, now, just make sure you are subscribed. And then whenever you see that notification, that means your partner is headed out to the lake. All right. Rich G says, this is the first time viewed this live today, though I have watched you many a times. All right. Really appreciate that, Rich G. You guys see Rich G. Let's see. What is this on my line? I must be pulling it through some grass or something. But when it's cold like this, those fish are kind of lethargic on the bottom. Yeah. See, look at that, guys. What is that? That is not grass. It's like some type of carpet or something like that. But I could tell it was coming through something. Shout out to Apex Productions. Says, I am new. Really appreciate you guys. Got some new subs to the channel, but make sure you guys come back. Next time I will be out on my boat, so we'll be able to run around the lake, have a little more action. But today, like I said, I haven't been live for about 3-4 days or something like that due to the weather and everything. So I wanted to definitely get out here, hang out with you guys for a little bit, touch bases, see how everybody was doing. See if we had any new people that wanted to hop in here and find out about this thing called Bass for Cash. Junior says somebody is rolled up in carpet swimming with the fishes. That is definitely not good. What's going on downrange hunting? You're back in from hunting and here to watch a little fishing, huh? Not catching, but fishing. What's going on, Gary? Gary says we were fishing today. So how'd you do out there, Gary? Give us some good news. What did you catch today, Gary? John says, how is it not dark where you are? It will be dark probably within an hour. Within the hour, it will probably be dark. The sun has already gone down. So I'll just be out here for just a few more casts. Just a few more casts, and then I will be gone too, just like the sun. All right, and so I showed you guys earlier the way that I do it with this high vis yellow braid. I make a long cast, and I just set the line down on the water, and you see the line kind of moving on its own. That means my bait is out there still falling. So with the shaky head, I want to make sure that it sits on the bottom whenever I get it down there. So I'll stop it, put another loop in it, and I'll just watch until that line stops moving. See, it's still moving on its own. Still moving, still moving. Man, so that water was deep right there. And it just stopped. So now that bait is on the bottom. So I'll close my bail, just tighten, take the slack out of the line, and then I just barely move it. Right now, guys, you want to fish these things real slow. Guns and Silver says, are you catching anything or are you just yapping? I'm just yapping, Guns and Silver. It's been a tough one today. I came to the ramp. Let me just show you real quick. So I came to the ramp to go out in the boat today. But if you take a look over there, the ramp was iced over. So if you try to come on that hill, on that slick hill, you go all the way into the water. Or you may end up going over the side of the bank, someplace you don't want to go in your boat. So I still wanted to come out here, hang out with you guys for a little bit, see what everybody's been doing, because I haven't been live for a few days because of the weather that we've been having. But we will be back. I'm out here on a weekly basis doing this thing we call Bass for Cash, where all I do is come out here and catch the fish, show you the fish. You just have to make sure you are subscribed and guess the exact weight of the fish, and you will walk away with a nice cash payout, all right? Just that quick and simple. Michael Teague says, hit that like button. It triggers the fish to bite. Uh-oh, Table says, caught my PB yesterday. So what was that PB? What kind of fish was it? And what was the weight? Guns and Silver says, any day fishing is better than working. Don't even matter if you get skunked. Oh, man, don't say the skunked word. Don't do it to me. Clint Perry already tried to add it to my stats. He said, this is the second time you skunked. But I was like, Clint, this doesn't count. I didn't even take my boat out. I'm just walking around casting. This doesn't count, Clint. Clint's like, oh, no, we're going to add this to your stats. Table says a 7.3-pound largemouth. Oh, my goodness, that is a nice one. What did you catch it on? Where did you catch that on? And what lake were you at? Shout out to Table with a 7.3-pound largemouth. What's going on, Chauncey? All right, guys, here we go. This is the last cast. And I want to take a poll in the chat. This is the last cast. Do you think I will catch a fish on this last cast? Yes or no? I'm going to wait till I see some answers come in here, and then we're going to make this cast. So yes or no. And what I'm going to do, so there's a tree right over here, a lay down coming into the lake. What I'm going to do is cast right out here just past that tree. Gary says yes. Guns and Silver says yes. Table says yes. Oh, Legend Fishing. Legend Fishing said hell no. Adam Underwood said yes. Michael T said they always say last cast. Okay, maybe one more. Chauncey said, do your thing, money. All right, so we have some believers. And we have one. Legend Fishing says, no, that is not going to happen. All right, there's the cast. Let's see if you guys can see it where it hit the water right there. So we're going to fish it back, and we're going to see. Legend Fishing says, no, it is not going to happen. John says, go ahead and catch that fish. Michael Dean, what's going on? Shout out to the money team. He says, yes, please. Gary said the cast was off. Was that cast crooked? In the chat, was that cast straight like I was planning on, or did you notice that it went a little crooked? If it was crooked, put crooked in the chat. Because Gary says the cast was off. John says catch a big one. He said big one catch. Was the cast crooked, or was that a good cast, guys? Michael Teague says, oh man, the wind got him. Luke Fishing says it was straight. It was where it was supposed to be. He said, don't even try it. Table says, I subbed. You're very entertaining. I'll be here next stream. All right, yeah, make sure you hit that notification bell. So we might be back out here tomorrow. Joe Winkler says, fair to the left, just a bit. So, yeah, that's what so I was trying. So there's the laydown right there. And I was trying to get it, just off to where the ditch should be going down at a good angle. So, yeah, Joe Winkler says it was to the left just a bit, guys. So that was the last cast. But, I can't do a crooked cast on the last cast. So I may have to redo it. I think that's what you guys are getting at, right? Yeah, Gary says he saw the same thing. Adam says straight his so the cast was straight, but my head was crooked. So my head was crooked and not the cast, right? Rich G says, I bet you reel in something for sure. A wet lure. Oh, my goodness. All right, guys. All right, guys. We're milking this cast right now. We're milking it. Like a big old fat cow. We're milking it. Clint Perry says, table 7-pounder is a nice New Jersey fish. Good deal, good deal. Man, where are these fish at? They're hiding. The fish are hiding. Nathan said, it looks warm outside. Yeah, right, Nathan. You see that over there? It is not warm, and the sun is gone. John said, there's no fish. I agree with John. It's not my fault. This is not my fault. There are no fish. Now, that was the last cast, guy, but that one, we can't do a last cast that is not where it was supposed to be. When it's supposed to be over here, but it's over there or over there when it's supposed to be right here. Now, that last cast I showed you guys, let me just show you real quick. There's a laydown right there. You see that coming into the lake? That's a tree right there. And so the cast was supposed to land kind of right to the end of it, but it actually landed to the left. And I saw some of you guys also notice that too, that cast was a little to the left. So we need to redo that last cast. That one was not the last cast because it was not correct. So let's see. Bam. Oh, man. Now that cast right there, it didn't go as far as it was supposed to. Something happened. So that cast, I don't think that cast was any good. But I'm going to fish this cast in just to see. but I'm having a feeling that that was not a good cast. So we need to fix that cast right there. Teresa says they don't want to get hit in the mouthpiece. They're like, oh yeah, that mouthpiece is valuable. We don't want MoneyBass to bust us in the mouthpiece. Gary Pilcher says your line got stuck. You notice that, Gary? On that cast, it did get stuck. And I think that's why the cast, see, it landed right in here, but it was supposed to land out there. It landed right here, but not out there. So that cast was not, yeah, it just wasn't a good cast, guys. Rich G says the wind chill took it to the left. It did. It took it to the left and it slowed it down a little bit. So the velocity didn't go at the proper angle, because I really like to get my cast at between a 45 and 60 degree angle. But because it did kind of get the knot kind of clipped in here, it kind of messed up the cast. It was about a 43 degree angle, which reduced the velocity, therefore the distance of the cast. So we'll just redo that cast right there. I just want to make sure I get it right for everybody. I mean, I don't want to disappoint anybody and, you know, have these casts that are off like that. So I'm going to fix that for you guys on this next one. Joe Winkler says your knot is catching on your eyelets. Well, actually, I think it actually was in the spool. So yeah, we definitely need to redo that, and I'll fix that knot before I come back out again. Raz said that boy on that E squared MC squared. You got to get the cash right. You know what I mean? You got to get it right, don't you? Michael says plus or minus 2.4%. That's right. You have to have the angle right. I mean, it's just like the bendation. If it's not parabolic, then it's not really a bend, is it? The bend has to be parabolic. Gary says you got to have it right. That is, I agree. Now, who is this talking about? Come on, bite, little fish. Yeah, we'll take a little one. Joe Winter says that's why your line keeps breaking on the braid side. Oh, man, Joe, you're giving me a hard time because you're probably right. Joe's probably right. I'm being lazy. Uh-oh, guys. Look at that right there. We're hung up. We're hung up. But we got it loose. You know, I think it was the direction of the cast that's causing issues. So we're not even going to cast in that same direction. We're going to make this last. So this is the official last cast, guys. This is the official last cast. And what we're going to do is we're going to cast this out this way, because I think the symmetry of the angleization was causing issues with the castability. So I had to correct that. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Shout out to Joe Winkler. Joe Winkler slid in with a $10 bill. He says a tenner for a good try today. Really appreciate that, Joe. Everybody put JW in the chat. Put Joe Winkler in the chat, guys. Always coming through showing big, strong support for the channel. Always getting active in the chat, making things a little more exciting. Really, really appreciate that, Joe. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I put in a little bit of effort. You know, today, so, guys, listen, let me tell you something. Joe, I really appreciate that. When today, just imagine coming out here to this ramp and take a look at this, guys. I came around the corner. Now, before you come around the corner up here, let me see, up here, there's no ice. But as soon as you come around that corner, it's kind of like a blind corner. When you come around that corner, you immediately hit that ice before you even get a chance to realize that it's there. Once I hit that ice, my boat, my trailer, and the truck immediately started sliding towards the lake. I thought I was done. I thought I was going for a cold swim. So I had to luckily get the truck stopped. I put it in reverse, but of course the tires are now spinning because I showed you guys a little earlier that is ice. It may look like it is snow, but that up there that you're looking at, that is actually ice, guys. But I was able to, Joe Winkler said, Pucker Nation. Oh yeah, I thought it was over because hypothermia is a real thing. So I was on the phone with one of my friends. And once I got out of that situation, I turned and I was like, hey man, I'm going home. I said, I'm canceling today's live stream. I'm not doing it. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I haven't talked to my peoples for a minute. I do want to talk to them. So I decided like, hey, I can just hop out and fish from the bank today, talk to people a little bit. So yeah, I really appreciate that, Joe. I mean, I came out here, I gave it a quick try. But look, Clint Perry's he's trying to put it on my stats. So, Joe, what do you think? Should this count as a skunk? Should this count on my stats as a skunk? I didn't even get to put my boat in. So, should this count as a skunk, Joe? Does it go on my stat sheet? Gary said, there's always tomorrow. That's what I was saying. There's always tomorrow. All right, Nathan says, cast at the reflection of the moon. That is the spotlight. Okay, there's the moon. Can you guys see the moon in the distance? Nathan, you know what? I think you're right, Nathan. Joe Winkler said it's already in my stats. Raz says, what is your setup? How are you able to fish and go live? I got the setup, Raz. Got the chest cam going on. All right, so this is the official last cast, guys. This is the official last cast, all right? Oh, come on, Joe. He said zip for today. But I have to do the moon cast. Okay, see, I'm lining this cast up with the moon. So the cast needs to land right there in that area. You guys see that right there? This is the official last cast. Teresa said, yes, it do. All right, there we go, guys. Bam. Let's see. Did it line? Okay, I think we got it. There we guys. We got it. We finally got it. That is the official last cast. As my fingers begin to freeze. What's going on, Glenn? He says, fishing is fishing. It's all about the fun and it's relaxing and meditating regardless if you catch anything or not. But they're trying to hit me with a skunk on my stat. Glenn, why are they going to do me like that? They're trying to put a skunk on my stats. They're like, we don't care if you almost slid into the lake and decided to fish from the bank instead of taking your boat out. We're still going to put it on your stats. Jeremy says he'll get a 10-pounder by the moon. Yeah, guys, I think I needed to definitely be able to ease on out of this cove in order to catch some fish. Michael Teague says, it's been real, man. Till next time, God bless. Really appreciate you, Michael Teague. We'll see you on the next go-round. I believe you are a new subscriber, so really appreciate you for tuning in. Raz says, fishing and catching is two different activities. That is so correct. That is true. That is true. Today was a cast fest. You know, I just had to make sure my gear was right, make sure my casts were lined up right. Joe Winkler says, you were up to 92.5% successful in your last 15 minutes of fishing. Today, your droppage has got you at 87%. Come on, Joe, say it ain't so. You guys can't hold this against. I'm going to appeal. I want to file an appeal because I do not agree with this, with what you guys are telling me. Gary says, that's why they call it fishing, not catching. What's going on? Bank Tradition says, some smaller baits here in the colder season. Rich G says, stay until you cast all the way out to the shallow water buoy. I'm not going to do that. My fingers are cold. Glenn says, who cares about stats? Just get out there and have some fun. Do that thing we call Bass for Cash. All right, Jeremy Pruitt says the appeal process takes 3 to 6 weeks. Oh, man, I have to go and file an appeal, guys. Joe Winkler says, and that's counting Fridays no catching. Come on, Joe, why are you bringing up old stuff? You're not supposed to bring up old stuff in front of everybody. We have Anders tuning in from Denmark. I told you guys we are worldwide. Make sure you guys go and check out FishXLive.com. All right, no matter where you are, no matter what lake you fish, FishXLive.com is worldwide. It is a full-scale fishing tournament app, but it also offers a great feature where you can track all of your catches through your online journal, guys. So you want to make sure you set that up. Again, everybody can go there now to fishxlive.com and set up your live online journal of catches, guys. All right. Everybody can go there and set up their free subscription. All right. So we had a great time out here today, guys. Glad I got a chance to get out here and hang out with you after all this weather finally broke through. People are out here dealing with wildfires and freezing rain and backups, power outages, all kind of good things, but we're still able to get out here, hang out for a good time. Not a long time, but a good time. So really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's just see what you guys are talking about in the chat. Messing up my stats. Not going to let me file an appeal. Let me see. Joe Winkler says, all dates on the water count. Really appreciate that, Alexandra. She's putting that information in there for you guys about fishxlive.com, and also shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. Now, today's current live stream sponsor is Clint Perry with 5 gifted memberships, all right? But wait a minute. Let's see. Are we forgetting anything? Okay, we're good. Then with honorable mentions going to the Condemned Man with that $20 super chat, Joe Winkler with the $10, and Cornelius Brunnels with the $5. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in and showing the support for the channel, guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and head out. But let me just show you guys one more time. And see, I almost fell. I don't know if you guys were watching, but I almost fell just walking on this stuff. When I came around that corner today and hit this ice and started heading towards the lake, I was like, it's all she wrote. Now, I can tell you right now, even where you don't see the ice at, like right here, you don't see it, but that's starting to freeze up now. So it's definitely, I would say, in the 30s, in the mid to low 30s right now. All right, everybody. We had a great time today. Had a great time hanging out with everybody. Really appreciate the great conversation. Good time on the lake. I will see everybody on the next live stream.